All right. So tell us about your travels and getting to New York City.
Well, we started over in Seattle. And
You played there, I guess, right?
yeah, we
played there a
played
couple of times.
a couple of shows in Seattle.
How'd it go? Pretty well received?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
One night I played with the Butthole Surfers. That was good fun. Great big hall.
Oh,
Great
yeah?
big old theatre there.
Had you seen them before?
No, never.
What'd you think of the Butthole Surfers?
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
Some people here seem to be getting a bit blasé about them because they've seen them so many times. We've been looking forward to see them for a long time.
They always change, I think. I think it's always, an exciting perspective to see what they're going to do next.
No, they were fantastic. Like being
Good
a Kiss
act.
concert or something.
Uh-huh.
Smoke Machines, Psychedelic Light Show.
Right?
Alice Cooper or something.
What kind of films?
Charlie's Angels.
Still running the Charlie's Angels. The one with the
and
prison farm?
Yeah.
The prison
Yeah.
farm one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the cancer ads.
Oh, the cancer ads.
Yeah, anti-smoking sort of
Mhm.
adverts.
They have the Department of Safety highway drunk driving films with all like the splatter stuff this time.
Oh, I didn't notice it.
Didn't notice it? You'd notice.
Probably would. Yeah.
What else they had? They had a sex change once, like a surgical sex change film.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
I've seen
worst
it
one I've
from
ever
the
seen.
Philippines or someplace.
That was
that.
like it was pretty hard to take if you were on any kind of mind-altering substances.
Yeah.
Aspirin,
Yeah.
Rolling Rock,
Panadol,
etc.
yeah.
So it's been a long time coming. You guys, we've heard about Lubricated Goat for a long time, and wondered when you were going to get here. What was the process through which you had to go to get to America?
Well, we had to kind of wait till our records came out here. We
Mhm.
got a deal with Amphetamine Reptile in Minneapolis,
Mhm.
and once Tom got the records out, we could come.
Are you talking
We-
about Tom
we-
Hazelmeyer,
yeah,
who's also known for Halo Flies and
yeah.
many other projects? So what are the advantages to being on that kind of, like, it's sort of a small but growing label?
Well,
He's got a lot of time to work with us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
yeah, he's a very appreciative person. He's got good people working for him. He sort of works with a guy called Peter Davis that booked our shows.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He set us up
Still very organised.
with Tim over there,
Uh-huh.
our road manager, who's also in Halo Flies.
Yeah. Tim's the bass player in Halo Flies.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's where I've seen you before.
Yeah, that's where he's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a very efficient outfit.
Yeah.
Almost too efficient.
So you played Seattle, where else?
We had this monstrous drive across about 5 states or something. That was terrible to Minneapolis.
32 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't go to Montana.
That'd be the Northwest, right? So,
Yeah.
didn't like
Yeah.
Montana?
No,
Yeah.
Not much there, huh?
You're going to alienate
Rednecks.
anyone from Montana that might like us.
we got stared at by rednecks when we stopped to get our lunch. And
Oh, yeah?
St. Regis.
Well, do you have
Montana.
like
We had to punch him out.
Hardly.
What are you staring
Well,
at?
you guys don't look that different from anybody you'd see like out in the wilds somewhere. I mean, why do you think you got stared at?
We are.
Because
Oh,
we're better looking than them and they thought we were going to take their women away.
Mm.
Quite possibly. But then we got to Minneapolis. That was great. Played there with Halo Flies.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Good reception?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Everywhere we've gone has been a pretty good reception. Then down in Madison, Chicago.
Chicago, what's the club there?
We played at this
Riviera.
huge theatre called the Riviera
Uh-huh.
with some other bands, Laughing Hyenas, who were really
Oh,
good,
yeah.
and Killdozer.
Right?
Killdozer really nice. They put us up for a while.
Uh-huh.
And some band from there called the Digits.
The Digits? Oh, they're a really cool band, too. I like the Digits. Sounds like a pretty good lineup.
Yeah.
How much was it to get into that show?
I don't know. It's some sort of. It was part of that Midwestern music seminar thing.
Oh, so
I
nobody
think-
paid to get in.
No, they paid. It was sponsored by.
Oh, I see.
It was sponsored by. Can you Budweiser? Can I say
Can-
that? Budweiser?
You can if you want. Kind of did already.
Yeah.
So.
We don't.
And I think they.
Luckily they didn't give us any of it to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't give us damn anything.
So Chicago, and then what? What happened?
Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo. What kind of rock scene is in Kalamazoo?
A very quiet one.
Uh-huh.
They clap like this.
Oh, yeah.
They clapped and cheered. They're just a bit sort of hesitant about coming past the front row of seats.
Uh-huh.
It was,
Oh, there were seats.
Yeah.
like tables set out.
Oh.
People seem to like it there, but it's only a small place.
Uh-huh.
It's a good show. It's a good place to play.
Uh-huh.
Kalamazoo.
All right. So as we continue across the country,
The continent,
where after
yeah.
Kalamazoo?
We spent a couple of days in Ann Arbor. We just had a few days off.
Uh-huh.
We met those guys, Laughing Hyenas in Chicago,
Mhm.
and they said, "Oh, come up and stay with us." So
Uh-huh.
went up there, sort of nostalgic look at where Iggy Pop and that came from.
Do any jamming?
No, they went there for one day. They were in Kentucky or somewhere. Is that right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went down
we
to
came
Kentucky,
out
so we just.
one night, but I think ended up getting too drunk.
Right. And from there, where? We have to keep this story
Here,
going, you know?
here.
New York.
To New York City,
CBGB's tonight.
indeed.
All right. Well, we'll talk more about that. You're going to play something from your new album, which we've not heard yet, right?
Put the play button on.
Now, this is not the one that's just been released, or
Play on
re-released.
because there'll be a
domestically.
No.
gap.
Apparently,
It's released in Australia.
Uh-huh.
the week that we left, it came out. Tom reckons it'll be out here in January.
All right. But we got a song going. What's it called?
Shut
Shut your mind.
Shut Your Mind. But open it up to Lubricated Goat, WNYU. Lubricated Goat, WNYU. Hit the stop button.
Yeah.
That's fine. Pause. Okay. From the forthcoming LP, available only as an import right now. What's the name of the album going to be?
Schadenfreude.
What's it called?
Schadenfreude.
What does that mean?
Taking delight in the misery of others.
Okay. Got it. So there have been 2 previous albums, and one of the things that one notices on the LPs, thanks, I got it, Martin, is the sort of self-abuse going on, I guess. Say on the first, well, what we know is the first album, I guess, Lubricated Go plays the devil's music. You guys are wrapped up in like rubber bands or something.
Yeah, that's the trick our old drummer invented. It's called the ripple head.
The ripple head?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you decided that would be a good way to present yourself, son.
Oh, we didn't do it very often. He used to do it as a sort of a party trick. But,
You look as if you were put together by Herr Frankenstein or something.
yeah,
Put together in little slices.
like
Mhm.
one of those
Right.
things they cut doner kebab meat off.
Right. So it was taken one step further on the next LP, Paddock of Love, with chains. So instead of rubber bands, you decided to do chains.
Only one person, because Guy didn't get to do a ripple head on the first album, so he,
So I thought I'd make up for it on the next one.
yeah, he
I
tried
see.
to outdo us by using chains.
Uh-huh. Well, not bad. Now, there have been some changes in the band over the records. You want to talk about that? Somebody want to explain to us the sort of progression?
Chronology?
Yeah, chronology's fine.
Well, our last drummer wasn't allowed to be in it anymore because his wife wouldn't let him. No, that was the one before that. So the drummer that was on these records here, with the exception of Martin that played on one side of the first one, wasn't allowed to do it anymore because his wife wouldn't let him. And
We had to kick the guitar player
out
out on that one.
because he
He had some mushrooms one time and he never sort of came down off them. It's just
he started to come back down, but at the time he was still sort of gradually going.
Let that be a warning to you kids.
yes.
This rock and roll business is,
Make sure you come down.
yes.
Yeah,
So, and does that pretty much bring us
think
up to
yourself
date?
out of it.
There were a few in between, like when those guys left. And
There's a drummer that's on that new one that you just heard then,
Mm-hmm.
who we borrowed from another band for about 6 months.
Which band?
The Space Juniors.
Have you heard
What's
of them
that?
here? The Space Juniors.
Yeah, I have heard of the Space
They're
Juniors.
sort of a fast
Yep.
Australian
Yeah.
skate type band.
Yeah.
And the guitarist that was on that was in King Snake Roost, and we borrowed
Oh,
him
so.
for a while as well. And we gave him back,
And
and we bought
got
Ren and
Martin
Martin.
You guys in these bands in Australia, it seems like everybody's played in everybody else's band at least once.
Well, Martin and Ren were in a band called Blood Loss in
Uh-huh.
Adelaide, and also we played in bands together before that. You know,
It's a very incestuous scene there because there's only a small amount of people. It's
Right.
nowhere near as big as here.
Right.
So
Well, I suppose we should see what these people want on the phone since they're interrupting us. WNYU.
Andrew Marks, please.
He's not in. You'll have to call the office. Wait, I'll try and transfer you.
I just did call them and they switched me over to you.
Okay, hang
it's on
on.
air.
Is this talkback radio?
I think that's his father.
Alright.
You know how it is with those guys. WNYU.
Andrew Marks, please.
Oh, I'll try and transfer you.
will we get
Okay.
him again?
See, that's Andrew's father. We have to be like pretty nice to him
He
because
comes on the air, does he?
yeah, he used to manage Kiss, so
Really?
you know, we gotta like take care of him whenever he calls.
What's he do now?
He lives on the Bowery, right across from CBGB's. Oh, we're not gonna be that nice to him. We're rid of him now.
He's not here.
So let's see, where are we gonna go from here? Let's hear another song from the new album. I think that would be a good idea.
we have
Yeah,
to
Prayer
cue
for
that.
Blood's on after that.
Well, this is just like whatever one's next.
well-
How's that?
Yeah, it's Prayer for
Yeah,
Blood.
fine.
All right.
Prayer for Blood.
What's next?
Prayer
Prayer
for Blood.
This one sort of modelled a little on one of our next door neighbours that used to annoy us a lot.
Lubricated Go tonight, CB's WNYU. Thanks a lot, Tim, for turning on the tape deck. What's frauding and who's Ennio?
Rotting's when you derive sort of sexual pleasure from rubbing up against someone in a crowded public place, you know, like on
Oh,
a
yeah?
bus or something.
Really? That's frauding?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Where's that
Do you
term
do
come
that?
from? Well, now that I think about it, maybe every now and then, just for kicks.
Well,
Hell,
you
I
can
think we
find
all
it in
do.
the
Sure.
the Oxford Dictionary. They have it in there.
And Ennio Morricone He does
Mhm.
soundtracks for movies.
Right. So that's where it
Band
comes from.
Yama.
Well,
So
one part of the song sounded like the theme from one of his pieces of music,
Uh-huh.
and the other bit sounded like frothing.
right.
And the doo doo doo
I
doo
see.
doo sounded like him, so it's like someone's frothing with Ennio.
Got it.
And Ennio's on the bus, and this girl's rubbing her tits against him,
Well, that makes.
and
a lot
he's
of sense.
loving it.
Before that, it does sound kind of like a squeaky balloon. Now that I hear about it.
Yeah, rubber balloons.
People have described it, especially one of another of our disc jockeys, as Bugs Bunny on LSD was how he described it
Yeah.
for some reason. Before that, we heard another song, which wasn't what you told it was, Prayer for Blood. It was something
No,
else.
unfortunately, it was toys.
Toys.
We had our tape box. And
Well,
all that.
toys are a good thing from time to time. What kind of toys was that about?
It's about toys being broken as a sort of voodoo thing, like
Mm-hmm.
toy buses, someone crashing a toy bus and a real bus being crushed.
Ripping the legs off Barbie.
Yeah,
dolls
ripping
and
off Barbie dolls'
thousands of
legs and
teenage girls
screaming
screaming
in pain.
Okay. Now this is from the forthcoming album, which is not available yet. I haven't seen it in the stores anyway. But there is one available now on Amphetamine Reptile, which is wait, that would
Two.
be the. There are two. Both of them have been released, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've been looking for these for a long time, like I found mine in Austin because you couldn't find them in New York, and I was taking a trip through Texas about a year ago. That's where I found mine. So they had them in Austin as imports, but you couldn't find them around here for a long time. Plus they were like $15 or whatever these things cost.
Yeah, well, you can get them now. For
Yeah,
reasonable
$7.
price.
Yeah, you can get him in
Seven.
CBGB's record shop.
Uh-huh.
Where we're playing tonight.
Right?
Yeah,
So you
buy 'em
can,
tonight.
Yeah, you
at
can
the
buy
shop.
them at the show and our T-shirts.
all right.
Yeah,
Well, that's good to know.
that's a good stuff.
So where do you go from here? What happens next?
Go to Philadelphia,
Philadelphia, then Cambridge.
home of cream cheese.
Mm-hmm. So down to Philadelphia and back up to Cambridge.
Cambridge now. Then we might have a couple of days off where we can come down through
Uh-huh.
New York again and spend some time sightseeing and that sort of stuff.
Are you traveling with gear or?
Yep.
So if you want to come through, you're welcome to play. We'd like to have you in the room next door.
Yeah.
So
That'd be
if you
great.
got
We
it
could
and you have a day
organise
off,
that the day after Cambridge or something.
yeah, we
Yeah.
can arrange that.
Then we're
Yeah.
back across. What is it? Chicago, Madison.
Madison, Chicago, yeah.
Madison. It's sort of all
Minneapolis.
over the
Then
place.
where will is that as long as you'll be here for? Then you're leaving.
Eventually,
then-
we've got shows in Detroit and Ann Arbor, and another show in Seattle, and maybe one in Vancouver.
Mhm.
Chico,
Chico, Portland.
San Francisco.
All right.
Mate, some of them were a bit tentative because we're not sure how we'll be getting around.
Right.
We've got to also do some recording when we get back to Minneapolis
Oh, that's cool.
at Tim's place, and also when we get up to Seattle, recording a single up there
Uh huh. Up for the other or for Sub Pop or something.
for Sub Pop. Yeah.
Uh huh. Are you going back to Australia after that? I guess. It's your first time here?
Yeah, it's our first time anywhere.
Anywhere? Is it difficult to like get everything together to get a band on the road? to come to
Driving on the
America?
wrong side of the road is a bit difficult,
Uh-huh.
as we found out last night.
Right.
It's
Well,
like
how about
right-
coming here to
right
work
under
though? I
the-
mean, as a as a band coming from Australia, do you have problems like trying to get in the country to work or what? Or
Well, they told
Yeah,
us
had
that
to
they were
fake
going.
it.
They told us that they were going to like be really heavy at customs and all that. So we all looked like idiots, got into our best suits and that, and pulled our earrings out, and looked
Uh-huh.
really nice and neat and clean. And they didn't say a word to us in LA. They just went, "Oh, you're sure." Okay.
Threw us on the street.
If I'd known that it was going to be like that, I was going to bring over a few copies of our new album.
Uh huh.
I could have given you one, but
Right. Well, we'll grab one somewhere eventually. Either, usually Pure Platters is good for the imports. Will that one be coming out domestically as well through Amphetamine?
sure will.
Uh huh.
Tom Hazelmeyer's got the parts at the moment. He just hasn't got the cover art.
Mhm.
I think he's got a few things on his plate too.
All right. So,
I think he said January.
so any idea when about you play tonight? If there's like 4 bands, you like the 11, 12, 1 or 2 band?
I don't know,
you
the list seems to read the other way around.
Uh-huh.
What do you reckon,
Yeah,
Tim?
look at this.
12 or so.
Yeah.
See this here?
Get there.
Yeah.
I would have thought that meant there was them, then us, then him, and then these things.
Right.
But I don't know.
5 bands tonight.
Someone was reading it the other way around.
Right.
I don't know who Buzzy Lindhard is.
So you might be like the 12 or 1 o'clock band, I'd say.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is, it's going to be the only thing worth watching tonight. So
All right.
He's supposed to be a 60s folk singer, so
Buzzy
he's gonna-
Lindhard?
people will be leaving in
Yeah.
droves.
All
I
right.
know Bone Club, they're a band from Minneapolis. They're
Yeah, but
supposed to
there's
be pretty good.
appears
Yeah?
to be on us.
And I think someone told me one of the Lovelies used to be in the Bush Tetras.
Yeah,
so
that's
that might
true.
be Okay.
True.
Are they any good?
Depends on your taste. What do you know about the Bone Club, Tim?
Never heard of them until I came to New York.
And they're from Minneapolis?
Yep.
Well, there you have it. That says a lot. Okay, well, I think we're going to get you guys out of here, basically. And, but thanks for stopping by. And you're gonna play another track for us? No problem.
Yeah, last track, Melting.
Melting, okay. Hang on a second. And how about some final words we've never heard from Lubricated Goat for the metropolitan neighborhood?
Never a Felcher nor a Felchie be.
I can't think of any.
No.
Bloody.
The rest of you guys.
No.
Stumped for words.
Stumped.
All right.
Stumped.
Well, don't buy any crack on the streets, okay?
No, we'll buy it at special clubs.
Yes, that's the only place to get it.
Yeah,
All right, so-
clandestine production.
Lubricated Goat tonight, CBGB's, and this is from the forthcoming LP.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.